Sometimes the simplest supplies create the biggest wow moments. Today I'm going to show you how I created this bookmark and added some beautiful dimension to it as well. Hi, it's Susan here from Make and Craft Studio, and for today's bookmark and project I'm going to be using the Blooming Butterflies stamp set by Simon Hurley. I'm also going to be using this stencil by Tim Holtz, and this is the bouquet layering stencil. And there is the name and product number. I also pulled out a few archival inks to use. I have Best Dressed, Beach Cruiser, Graphite, Sweet Treat, and Aubergine. And then I'm going to be using some Glossy Accents. I'm also using Simon Hurley white cardstock, and so I've gone ahead and cut this piece down to about approximately 2 1/4 by 6 3/4. So then I'm just going to use some of the Dina Wakley mixed media tape to hold it onto a piece of scrap paper so that I can stencil it and just stamp it and everything and just keep it in one place. So this tape does not affect your paper. It's a mixed media tape that's easily removable. So first I'm going to come in with a bit of Beach Cruiser, and I just want to ink the entire background. Now I'm not going for a smooth inking or perfect inking. That does not matter to me. I just want to get some color onto this paper. And so I am coming in from the edges because I want the edges to be framed out with this color as well. So I'm just going to work my way in from the edge to the center. Now I am using the mini ink blending tool to ink this, and I'm using the domed replacement foam pieces onto my blending tool. And so you can see here, I'm just trying to get some color on this bookmark. I'm not worrying about getting a smooth blend or an even blend. I just want some color on it. So once I have my background the way I like it, now I'm just going to bring in my bouquet layering stencil, and I'm just going to tape this down to my scrap paper as well so that everything stays in place while I'm stenciling it. And then I'm going to bring in the aubergine, and I'm just going to use my ink blending tool, and you can see here I switched out the dome on it so that it's the purple dome. I have one, I try to keep a different color dome or different color replacement foam for each color. So I'm not mixing my colors up when I go from the blue into the purple. I'm not going to be mixing them up in my ink pad. I just switch out the domes. I didn't show that in the video, but I am switching them out so that way I can keep all of my inks clean. And so I'm just going to ink with this aubergine. I really love this color, this purple color with the blues. So I'm just going to fill that in really good. And so here is the reveal, my favorite part when using a stencil, and that is gorgeous. I love how this looks. So now I'm just going to bring this whole piece of paper, the scrap paper and the bookmark, all together so that it can all stay together and I can stamp my bookmark. So I'm just going to add it to my stamping platform, and then I'm going to bring in 3 of the butterflies from this stamp set. So you have several different sizes. There's a lot of butterflies in this stamp set, and I absolutely love butterflies. So I'm just going to line these up. Once I figure out where everything's going, I'm just going to stamp one at a time. I find it easier for me in my stamping platform to just stamp one at a time and then come back and stamp the next one. So I'm going to start with the one at the bottom, and that way I can see how the distance is for the bottom, and then I'll come in with the one from the top, and everything will even out that way. Now it doesn't have to be perfect. Keep in mind this is just a bookmark. You can do the exact same process onto a card, but today I thought it would be fun to make myself a bookmark. I'll probably use this either in my planner or my journal to keep up where I'm working in my journal, but I think bookmarks are a lot of fun. So I'm just going to stamp the largest butterfly at the bottom, and then I'm just going to come in with the smallest butterfly at the top. So I'll just align it so that it is the same distance from the top as the large one was from the bottom. And that's what's going to help me keep everything lined up. And so I'll just go ahead and stamp the smallest butterfly, and then I'll come back and stamp the middle butterfly. And I decided to do these in navy because I love all of these colors together, but this Best Dressed Navy is one of my favorite inks. I say this in every video that I use it in, and I used it a lot this summer, but I love this navy. So I'm just going to stamp it on top because what it does is you could use black if you wanted to, but I think this navy looks good with it, but also it's covering up the stenciling behind so that you're getting a solid butterfly without any interruption from the background. So this stamp set also comes with the stamps to fill in your butterflies, the flowers in the background. So I thought that was a lot of fun that you don't have to color them in yourself. You can just line up those flower stamps and just stamp inside of your butterflies. So it makes it so much easier. You don't have to pull out any coloring tools, just keep stamping. So I'm just going to line these up, and since it's clear stamps, you can just lay it on top and see through it where your flowers are. Now, I'm not very picky about this. I don't mind if my colors get off a little and doesn't fill in the solid image there. They're like the flowers. I may have called it butterflies, but the flowers, I don't mind if there's a little space in between that. So I don't worry about getting it lined up exactly perfect. I think it kind of adds to the dimension of it and adds to the stamping for it to be off just a little bit. So I'm happy with either way. So I'm just going to go through each butterfly now, and I'm adding the sweet treat for the flowers on the inside of the butterfly. And the great thing about archival inks are that they are permanent and waterproof, but they don't, when you stamp like this, they don't just absorb into each other and blend. So what will happen is it will sit on top there, so the stamping underneath does not show through. And that's what I love about using the archival inks. Sometimes when you use your more water-based inks, they're better for blending, and so that they will kind of absorb or blend into each other. And so I love how these do not. So you can just stamp on top, and they dry very quickly, so there is no blending when you are stamping like this. And so that's what I wanted. So I wanted my butterflies to be more of a solid stamp on top of the stenciling. So I didn't want the stenciling to show through. So I just wanted the stenciling to be a background. So I've gone ahead and cut a piece of paper that matches the aubergine, and I am just going to use my Dina Wakley media glue and just attach this to that background piece. And I just made it a little larger so that it framed it out on all of the edges. I think that looks really good to help frame out your bookmark. I think that's very pretty. We could stop here, but now I want to add a little bit of wow to it by adding a little bit of dimension to my bookmark. So I'm going to bring in my glossy accents. Now you don't want to shake your glossy accents. You don't want to cause any bubbles in it. And there will be bubbles sometimes, so I just bring in a piece of scrap paper and I just start working a little bit of that glossy accents out onto my scrap paper, and then start using it on my project so that there's no bubbles coming out. So what I'm going to do is just color in inside of the butterflies all of the flowers and leaves. So anything pink on the butterflies, I'm going to color in, except for the little thin stems. I'm not going to try to color those in because I'm afraid that it'll make a blob on my butterflies. So I'm really focusing on the flowers and the leaves. And I'm just going to fill those in on each one of the butterflies. And that's going to make that butterfly pop and add dimension to it. And so when you're adding it, it's going to look cloudy. It's going to look like you can't see your stamping behind, or it's just going to be cloudy. So once it dries clear, and the cloudy effect leaves. So I really enjoy using glossy accents. There's so many different ways that you can use it. So I'm just going to work my way through these and take my time. You want to go really slow with your glossy accents and just take your time to get that dimension onto your butterflies or whatever project you're working on. Now I'm making a bookmark today, but this would make an excellent card as well, because when somebody received this card, they would be wowed by what's causing that dimension on the butterfly. So that would be interesting for them. But I also love it as a bookmark because once it dries, it's totally smooth. It's not going to affect the pages in your book or anything. And so this would make a great gift too, to add to your card. So this would be a great thing to send with the card, because that way they have a gift along with the card, and it's flat. It can be mailed. So I think this is a great little happy mail piece. But today I'm creating this one for me because, like I said, I love butterflies. So once I have the flowers and leaves filled in with the glossy accents, I will set it aside to dry. Since we're not using a lot here, it will dry fairly quickly. but I try not to touch it for several hours. I think on the bottle it says about 60 minutes, and that's probably all you need to wait. But I have messed up before when I've had it thicker and I touched it too soon. So I just set it aside to dry out of the reach of my animals and cats, because my cats climb everywhere. I put it where they don't go so that they don't get into it, and I just let it dry. So while the flowers in the butterfly are drying, I'm going to go ahead and work on a sentiment that I want to add to my bookmark as well. And I'm going to use the Spread Your Wings and Fly stamp from this stamp set. First, I'm going to bring in some of the Simon Hurley white cardstock, and I'm just going to ink that with the aubergine. And I'm just, once again, I'm not really concerned that it is a completely smooth background, but I will tell you, once you let this set for a few minutes, the background does even out even better. So it does look a little splotchy when you're working on it, but I feel like on this paper, it kind of evens itself out. But that's not a big deal anyway with what we're going to do with it. And so once I have the color like I like it, I'm going to come in and I'm going to stamp the sentiment using the Best Dress. So I'm just going to use for this one, I'm not going to use my stamping platform. I'm just going to use the Make It stamp block. And so all of the products that I'm using today will be linked in the video and will be listed below. And I think that looks really pretty. So what I want to do is I just want to take and cut apart each one of these words. So I'm just going to bring in my scissors. That's the easiest way for me to do it. And I'm going to separate out all of the words. So I'm going to cut spread separate from your and separate from wings. Now I am going to keep the and fly together. I'm going to use those words together. So for it to fit on my bookmark correctly, I had to cut them apart. So once I have these cut apart, I'm going to bring in my scrap paper again, along with the Dina Wakley mixed media tape, and I'm going to just tape all of these down onto that piece of tape so that they don't move. And then I'm going to bring in my glossy accents, and I am just going to add the accents onto the wording. Now, once again, keep in mind you want to get the bubbles out and then start adding. And so the way that I do something that's larger like this, I start on the outside edge and I just slowly work towards the center, filling it in. So this is going to be a bit more glossy accents than we had on our flowers, on the butterflies. So this will take a little bit longer to dry. What I typically do is I do this and then I just let it dry overnight, and then I come back and play with it the next day. So if you're wanting to use your glossy accents for projects like this, just pull out your glossy accents and all of the things you want to create, and I work on those throughout the day, adding my glossy accents. Then I set them aside to dry overnight, and then I come back the next day and play with them. Now you don't really have to wait that long, but typically that's how it works out for my schedule. So you can see here, it does look very cloudy when you add it to your words, but don't worry. And the thicker it is, the more cloudy it is. But that is absolutely fine because it will dry crystal clear, and it will, you can see everything clearly. It's not going to dry this way. So I'm just going to go through and add it to each one of these. So you can see here, they're already very shiny but cloudy. So once they're dry, they will be crystal clear. So these have been drying. They dried overnight, but then I didn't have time to work with it. So it's been a couple of days, but you definitely don't have to wait that long. They were ready to be played with, the next morning. But you can see how shiny and glossy they are. So now I'm just going to bring in my Dina Wakley media glue, but you could use your glossy accents. So I do use glossy accents to glue on little pearls or little flat back sequins and different things like that to my card. But you can also use it to glue paper to paper like this if you wanted to. But I'm just going to use my media glue to glue these down. Now, they did curl up a little bit with the way that I had them laying on that tape when I added it. So if yours does, you can bend it just a little bit. Don't bend it in half. Don't bend it too much because you possibly could crack your glossy accents. So try to make sure that yours are flat when you're adding the glossy accents. But you can see here, mine are working out just fine. So I'm just going to add each one of these words in between my butterflies and then at the top and at the bottom. And I really love how these turned out. I love the glossiness on them, and it just really adds to the sentiment. It's like you've purchased ephemera. Now you could do this with anything. You You could have covered in the whole butterfly. You can cover in anything that you stamp out like that, and then have ephemera that looks like you have actually purchased it. Well, I hope that you have enjoyed seeing me create this bookmark. I hope that it has inspired you to get out your glossy accents and start playing today, or to give glossy accents a try if you've never tried it before. It is a lot of fun to work with. I use it in so many different ways. This is just one way that you can use it, and one idea of how to use your glossy accents. Well, if you've enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.